What's up everyone, Sonic Spacer YT back again in the world of Minecraft, and as you see right behind me, I built FNAF 2! And just like FNAF, Fredbear's location, I built a second one. Although this one's more the first one, like the first attempt. As you see, it's based a lot heavy on what the outside of the FNAF, movie's pizzeria looks like. From a bit of shape. But this one is fully on custom made. With this location, I want to do something like I saw with some other FNAF 2 recreations. Like adding these pillars. And I decided to add these, instead of just one sign, I added 3 separate signs to fill up the space. With 2 of them being once advertising an arcade and prizes to earn, and the middle one being just about the original, like the new toy animatronics. I also added a junior sign in the bottom to replicate it's like a junior's location. I added posters in the technically inner outside, I guess, of like the toys and some fake windows. You can't see through them because they're blocked by either something else. Here's the lobby. Some of it is based, like, a little bit is based off FNAF 2, but mostly the entrance by a little. Instead of having one door though, I added 2 doors so it'll be easier. Right here's where you can check in. You can sit down inside of the pizzeria now instead of just standing and wait until it's your turn to go in. Over here, I did elongate it to feel a lot more longer and bigger. I did add a couple extra seats like I already did with FNAF 1, although the difference is that I did a lot of different changes. Right here's the entry to head into, well, the little area where you could just, well, get people checked in, where a Fazbear Entertainment employee will go. A bit of booths everywhere. The carousel's in the middle of it all, so like people could watch their kids. Right here's the kitchen. It's a lot more smaller, but the freezer, I think it should be the same. No, it's a bit shorter. But yeah, this is basically the kitchen. I did add a fireplace, seeing how some pizza places have it. Anyways though, I did have to resort to using some of the older cutouts since they don't have any cutouts about the toys. I did add some posters and made it more of a lighter tone than my FNAF 1's more purplish tone. The tiles are red. Over here, I did rearrange the prize corner. I did put the puppet in here though with a bunch of presents. And then instead of just adding the normal FNAF 1 plushes, I added some of the toys. And yes, they all go home. I also put in some Balloon Boy and old Fredbear plushes. And a couple posters for the kids to win. I also added this in the bottom as a little Easter egg. I also added this neon sign here and made a curve right here because I just thought it looked cool. Next to the prize corner is an entrance, well, a entrance to the arcade. But I won't get into that right now. Here is the main dining lobby, or show stage, as it's called. Instead of having the toys on one whole stage, I decided to separate them into their own unique stages. Kind of. With Toy Chica on her own stage, Toy Freddy on his own stage, and Toy Bonnie on... I want to say he, but then again, he has a voice actor his voice actor is a little girl, so yeah. Like I said, I did have to use some of the more non-toy. They don't have any toy cutouts, so I had to resort to just the normal ones. I didn't use the normal FNAF 1 chairs. Instead, I used these green chairs from like a Chuck E. Cheese mod that is completely different. Also, I noticed that FNAF 1 was a lot more red, so I tried to go and mix it with blues and greens, as you see with some of the map. I wanted to make this more of like a cheerful place than just a recreation with movie elements. I did give Toy Foxy, or Funtime Foxy, as he's called in FNAF world. Anyways, I did give Toy Foxy his own little area. Filled up with a couple posters, her on stage, and a door that leads into just a lounge area for the employees. It's not as big as the original, I think a bit longer, just the same size, and a bit long, a bit skinnier. It does have a television box, but I did add the door here, which leads into other rooms, such as the loading bay. The loading bay is a lot more smaller than the original FNAF 1 I did. And yes, the garage door can open, but this isn't a finished build, so I have a lot to work on. Anyways, it's mostly filled up with parts and supplies, and its own office, which I could just watch through cameras, and the toys are already open. Okay. The door doesn't work, as it's malfunction, and the power room is in here. It's mostly just like its own little room to see if like everything, like a secondary office if anything goes bad. Entering through this little vent over here is I don't want to say it's a little safe room. I want to say it's more of like a supply closet thing, which has a Golden Freddy poster for no reason, and Shadow Freddy, because why not? This leads into the backstage area with parts of the toys and some other parts from the trucks. And if I just do day, you would see the Mangle and Sparky in here. I see Sparky to be like one of the older animatronics that got moved here, but they used him along with the originals for parts. And Mangle's just like a mix and match thing that some of the kids do. So instead of that, they decided to make Mangle a lot more, well, scrap the original Mangle and replace Mangle with a new and better version of her self. Anyways, I did mostly keep some of the hallways the same. I mostly mapped out everything the same. Right here's the bathrooms. This is the girls. I forgot to put sinks in here, no matter. And we have small fire rules right here. A couple of posters, fake clouds and stuff. Right here's the boys. Again, forgot to put sinks. That's on my part. And right here is parts and service, where we have the remains of the older animatronic models, with some of the some cutouts of their original pizzeria, with a billboard, some toys. This is basically like a part where they use the animatronics to quote-unquote borrow some parts from. There are some where they're not really as damaged, like Freddy and Foxy, and they also kept the original Springlock suits intact, even though accidents happened. Basically, this is where they fix the toys if they needed to, from now. Over here is just like a little side corner with Spring Bonnie and Fredbear suits with an office behind the store. And if you think this is like Williams, no. This is actually Henry's office. You can tell from the Fredbear cutout. Yeah, I decided to make this more of like an establishment that Henry created specifically. Like he's the more of the one who works with all this. like he's the co-founder of Fazbear Entertainment, and William is part of Afton Robotics, something like that. Right here's the hallway that leads into the office, and I decided to fuse this, like the two party rooms that are usually right here, into one arcade, because, let's be honest, there's no arcade room in this game, but yet there's like a freaking prize corner, so I had to add the arcade somewhere. It's not really original, but it does. It works. I also put the ball pit over here this time, instead of it being one whole big room. Also, I gave JJ and Balloon Boy their own separate showrooms. Actually, this is more like a party room as well, so yeah. I decided to make their colors swapped from like orange, well, but reddish orange and more tan for Balloon Boy, and a more bluish and cyan for JJ. I swapped the color tables so they're not too the same, although I can't really switch the boobs, so that kind of sucks. Note that none of these posters are from the mod. I mostly have like a lot of mods installed, so yeah. Continuing on is basically where you'll be spending the night. It's a cramped office with one large hallway and two air vents. It has basically everything that the original office has, like the fan, the phone. The only difference is that I added the laptop here, a new camera system behind, and Bonnie's old mask. I also added a Freddy clock here, a broken down arcade machine, and another build? No, not a build, more like just a little board. You can check through the cameras through everywhere, like here. Oh yeah, they also all have a flashlight mode. You can basically keep tabs on the whole pizzeria except Henry's office and back here, which was on my part. Right here, I forgot to show is Mangold's Backstage. It's basically not much, just an older Freddy model are being worked on. Some old animatronic parts, nothing special. If you check in the lockers, we'll have a Freddy mask, a laptop, a hand crank, and a Faz wrench. Like I said, this map is on work progress. This is gonna go to my other map that I've been working on. It's taken a long time, and I never really got into completing it. But yeah, this is basically it. I wanted to show this before the FNAF 2 movie comes out tomorrow. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later!